prove it, I'm ready to do it, I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now, I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready to race to the top. I'm ready to do this, show you what the truth is. I step on the field, it's time to get real, I'm feeling so ruthless. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Yeah, so what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made of. Get in the game, your moment of fame, show them what you made of. It's time that we stand up, it's time that we man up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up. My time, nothing can keep me from reaching the top. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up, I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart, I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Yeah.
Hello, greetings and welcome to Dovetail Games. Yes, it is Fishing Sim World Pro Tour launch day, and we're glad to have you here. Hope you guys have got the download already, or you got it coming down. I know it's a big chunky download, and there's lots of stuff coming down for you. People have got it already. Some people have got it already. Some people are still getting it. But yeah, I'm here. My name's Des. I'm the producer on Fishing Sim World. We've got Sam, the designer, and we're going to show you a few little bits and bobs. As always, give us a shout in the comments. Any questions, queries, ideas, suggestions, then let us know. Right, do I need to press this gameplay button again? Why have we got a black screen behind us, Sam? Alrighty.
Has he got that plugged into an Xbox? He hasn't, has he?
Shall I just press it again?
I don't think that will help. Classic technical difficulties off the bat.
So Richard Jones says, from what I've seen so far, wow, absolutely smashed it, guys. Huge congrats. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Glad to see you liking it.
Why have we got no gameplay, Steve?
Stephen!
Just looking for the game, the development window.
Oh, jeez.
Come on,
No,
Stephen.
it's not that one.
Sort the stream out.
Oh,
Oh, it was that one.
There we go.
Something.
That's more like
Hey.
it. Hey. A wild Stephen appeared.
Oh, I'll fix that later. Anyway, there you go. Perfect thing.
Hold on, my controller is not. Well,
Do we go click that screen?
it's going well off the bat.
Yes.
We'll have some good.
Come on. Right. Where do we start? Right. So I've seen a few people out there on Xbox who have been in purchased the Giant Carp Pack and can't see the lakes. We are looking at this at the moment. We think it's just a case of the final bits going through and propagating correctly on the Microsoft servers. So that should be hopefully sorted within the hour, and then the lakes should be there available for you to play. Obviously, I'm here at the moment on the stream. Stephen is out there manning the Facebook pages and looking into any issues. So we're going straight in, and we're going to start a new career mode, which I imagine quite a few of you guys are doing as well. So yeah, as you can see, the stream stopped. Someone said the stream stopped. Can you guys see? Are you all guys seeing this? Is it? Or well, okay. Is that working?
Says we've
Let's
still
just
got
see.
output going.
Yep.
Hopefully, maybe just try refreshing your stream. I know sometimes browsers go a bit funny.
So as you could see from that start screen, we had 3 different tours that you could compete in: the Bass Tour, the Carp Tour, and the Predator Tour. So just a little intro movie coming through here. Now the voice that you hear in this intro movie is actually the Chris Jones. He's one of the announcers on the FLW. If you weren't familiar with his voice, anyone who watches the Fishing League worldwide on online or on TV will be familiar with that, with Chris.
Real deal.
Great. Thanks, Richard and Big Timer. Good to see all you regulars here. Right. Yes, we're rocking the Fishing Sim World Pro Tour hats because it's Pro Tour launch day.
It's finally happened.
It's finally happened. It's been a long time in the making, and we're happy to get it out to you guys, and looking forward to all your lovely feedback. We know you'll have loads of suggestions. We know you'll have loads of ideas. I'm going to I've asked Stephen to start to get ready and collate a known issues list, so that if anyone has any issues or things they want to suggest or talk about, then we can try and find a page where we can share that, so you guys can see what everyone else is reporting as well. I think that'd be good.
Matt Hall.
Matt Hall says #beards. That is not in this update, but I have my massive list of things I want to do for this game, and #beards is on there. Okay. Ooh, that's a question. All right, I've got a few questions coming in now. Okay, so someone's asking me, is what's the will dead baits catch channel catfish? It's not. The channels will take quite a variety of different baits. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they will take it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay.
So I'm sorting hats out.
He's sorting hats out. So I do eventually want to get the Pro Tour hat in the game, and like the if you guys have seen the footage of the Fishing Sim World Pro Tour boat and truck that Chuck Pippin's now driving around Florida, hope to get that wrap in the game for you as well. So.
I like that hashtagging's become a thing. Not that it wasn't, but it's become a thing on the stream now. Hashtag Eels was the last time I was on, and it's been passed on.
Right. So Zach Turner on Twitch is saying he still wants to catch the 200-pound catfish. Now, I heard a rumour, Sam, that the 200-pound catfish has moved slightly in Largo del Mundo.
It might have vacated from its original position near a shoreline, yeah.
Has it moved a little bit? Right. So
it's had a little
with
change of residence.
Yeah, I think he's moving a bit further around the lake now. Is Los Gigantes, and what you'll find is that the peg that you were previously using to try and catch him from, you will be more successful. So I'd go to that bottom right-hand peg, isn't it, and then sort of from the right-hand side, cast out diagonally to the right, and you will have your best chances of catching that 200-pound Wales catfish on Largo del Mundo from that place. Okay, Dean Martin says, congratulations guys, brilliant update. Thank you, Dean. Scooby Hayes is trying to find out how he can get a hat. So I think we're going like this. So the stream's going to be running for a little while. There might be a few hats, and maybe the guys who come in and take it over from us will run a little competition. So yeah, well
got hashtag usable chairs up now.
Hashtag usable, right? Okay, so if you can't see the cart pack on the store by browsing through the platform store itself, you can browse through the in-game store and see it and access it via that. A lot of stuff is still kind of going through on the store pages as we speak, and where a platform holder doesn't just have one version of their store that sits on a server. They might have multiple in different places around the world, and sometimes it can take an hour or so to propagate around those different pages. So just bear with us. I'm sure by in a couple of hours' time it will all be sorted and working. So yes, Marshall. As Matt Hall is saying in the comments there, Marshall is the biggest bass in the game. I think he's rocking in at 17.8, 17 what? 17.7, 17.8 I think it is. And what we would like you to do this actually is the first person to catch Marshall and to send in a screenshot of your character holding Marshall is going to get a little prize. Now, I don't deal with the prizes. That's the community guy. But I'm not the prize guy. He's not the prize guy. We just make the game. And but I'm basically telling them they need a prize because I want to see who catches Marshall first. Me and Sam might know where he's hiding, but we're not telling any of you. Okay?
So I need to know basis.
Infinity Explorer is asking me if I can say this to the whole Dovetail team. Congratulations. Well, thank you. I will pass on that message. 17.7. I thought it was 7.
Them all in the stream.
Okay. We're not good. Yeah, they're not sure they would fit all behind us here, but it might be a laugh one day. That might be quite funny.
Yeah, for that colossal stream. So this is our first time streaming together. This is first. Hopefully more of many, but first time.
Right, so what have you... So Sam has jumped straight into career mode and he's playing the Spring Creek Open on the new lake, Gunnersville. Now...
I like this dockyard spot. I remember Aaron knocking me.
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
You're not going to get anything. Proved him wrong, because look, already on.
Lee Campbell is asking us to put unlimited timer in multiplayer back. I'm hearing you, Lee, and we will put that back. That might have to be because what you've got in multiplayer now is you've got the option of 3 rounds, and so that might only be able to be an option once if you have it set to only 1 round. So the 3 rounds of unlimited isn't really going to work. So yes, that is something I will look at, and I will make a note now.
Under £4.
So Exus Luscious on YouTube. Is that
pretty good?
Is that how you say? Right. Cracking names.
Always appreciate a good name.
If you're called Des, then you're going to always love a good name. He's saying he fishing the Carp Pro Tour and he's unable to change the bait and hook size and type. Maybe we'll try that in a sec, straight on the stream, but that should be working. There was a bug where there's a small handful of baits where it's not showing all the hook sizes. So if you switch the bait first, and then the hook sizes do all show up. Now we have fixed that issue, but we fixed that after we had to do the submission to Microsoft and Sony. So that'll be coming in the next update for you guys, because we don't stop. It's launch day for Pro Tour, but that doesn't mean we stop.
Work has not stopped.
Work has not stopped for us. We have got lots more coming for you guys, and obviously we want to hear your feedback as well and just hear how you're getting on. So keep coming with the feedback. Okay, right. What am I making a note of here? Unlimited timer.
Getting that little bit over.
Right.
I'm scooting in.
So you're already up to £7. Was that one? Was that one fish?
No,
I wasn't watching.
2 just under £4.
2 just under £4. Come on. There's some right fatties on this lake, Sam. Right fatties. Come on.
That's what I've got on here.
So, someone's asking is why only 20-minute tournaments? Now, if you understand the full size of this career mode update and the amount of events in there, and bear in mind that when you get up to elite level, some of those events are actually 3 rounds long.
I think every run is other than sponsored.
So, that's why we've kept the tournament time down at 20 minutes, because if they were 45 minutes or an hour...
Yes. Originally we designed them as an hour.
Yeah.
But, once we then put it into testing, it was like, that's 3 hours just to do one event.
3 hours for one event when you've got... a hell of a lot of events.
Yeah.
So...
a lot to do. Especially like if you own all the DLC as well, where that then slots in to make your career even longer.
Yeah. So for every piece of DLC that you purchase now, or that you own already, or that you buy in the future, you'll get additional career mode events will get inserted into your career mode. Now, if you're partway through a career mode and you've gone past that slot where, in the calendar where that event would be, once you've end the season and you start the new season, that event will be there for you on that new DLC lake that you've got. Okay.
Got a little Dean Martin winning his first carp tour event. That's what we
Well
like.
done, Dean Martin. We like that.
Climbing.
Yeah.
I'm all about that climbing life.
Now, Matt was saying we should catch Marshall on the live stream. No.
That'd be sure.
No, Matt, we're not giving away those clues.
It was a good effort.
Nice try,
It's not.
but no, we're not going to do that.
You've got fatty on, isn't it?
So, a couple of questions in there about the throwing stick. Yes, you can change the bait for the throwing stick
Chuck them
in
boilies.
the same way you change your equipment in the inventory.
Like the spod mix.
So it's like, and you can change the spod mix now as well. So you can go in there and do that. If you imagine it is one boilie that's probably 15 mil to 20 mil in diameter, and you're casting that quite a long way. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to see where it lands. I am going to see if we can make the splash probably oversized to what it would be in real life, but just exaggerated a little bit to make it a bit easier for it to stand out when you're throwing it and watching it.
I lost it.
What did you had a fish? What did you do?
Bang! And I lost it.
What sort of hook set did you get?
I think it was good, but he'd been fighting for a while and he kept diving and I couldn't do anything about it.
You need to pay attention, Sam.
Man's accused me of not paying attention. I was working it. I can only work it so hard, Des. I'm only a man.
So the lake, the 17 pounder. There's a 17 pounder in this lake. Is there a 17 pounder in other lakes? Oh, we'll have to have a look. I haven't remembered all of the
baby one.
All of the
last one was a fatty. I think that would have put
all
me
of the
back
named trophy fish. I mean, there's over there's 200 odd new named trophy fish gone into this game for you guys. So Lake Boulder, Lake Johnson, Lake Dillon.
Backfilled every existing lake as well as the
every American lake that didn't have named trophy fish has now got them. Big time, you should just be able to use those boilies out of the hunter's pack in the spod rod and throwing stick. If you can't, then I might need to go and do something and fix that.
Go. Put your dev helmet on and get it done.
So the dead baits are in the update. They're not part of the DLC. They're completely free. Well, they're free in the update. You have to purchase them with tackle points. But in order to see them, you have to equip a size 2 hook first. So if you go into your inventory, or if you're by the lake, or if you're in the front end, you can go into customize, change your hook and purchase a size 2 hook, And then when you go and then look through the list of available baits for that hook, you will see the dead baits. There's 3 dead baits, and they come in either the head form or the full fish body. And those are great for catfish. They're also really good for the pike, the tiger muskies, stuff like that, arapaima, the red-tailed catfish on gillums, like munching on those as well. So...
Fancy, I got a paw. This is not what I want to see.
Okay. Right, so if you cannot see them, first, basically, if you go in and you try and change your hook and you can't see a size 2 hook, switch the bait that's on that hook, and on that rod already. Switch it to the one of the other ones, because there's a bug. I think there's about 5 or 6 items that if you have those equipped, it doesn't show up the size 2 hook. As I said previously, those have been fixed now. But they're not in this update. That's coming in the next one that we're working for you guys.
And you've made sure they've got a big. Okay. It's got to be a bigger rod to let them know as well, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. Obviously, you can't use a. You can obviously put a size 2 hook on a 7-foot spinning predator rod. You've got to be using a proper size carp rod to be fishing with that gear. Okay.
I think we will update that and write dead bait on them, so it's a bit clearer. In the UI, I mean, not on the rod. That would be weird. I think I've got a fatty on, but I've got a poor strike, so I'm a little worried. And I need a fatty right now. Get a fatty and come back in.
So you will see some, if you're playing the game in English, you'll see some new loading screens with tips on that are appearing in the game now. Give you a few, there's a few little tips on there. Now, the key one that I always try and stress is the importance of sort of managing the tension during the fight and actually sort of explaining what's going on under the hood. So Sam's hooked this fish. What did you get? A paw. He got a paw hook set. Okay. So what that means is that the starting health of his hook set is between about anywhere between 30 and 70%. Now, every time his tension bar hits the top exclamation mark or the bottom exclamation mark at the bottom of the top or bottom of the bar, that health of that hook set decreases. So if you get a poor hook set, you're going to need to fight it more carefully and try and keep it in the middle as much as you can. If you get a perfect hook set, you can be a bit more aggressive with it. You can lean on it. You can put a bit more pressure on it. Now, what?
Yeah.
Oh, go on, Sam. That's a 7.8. It's not. He's miles off. He's miles off. Wow. 11-13.
It's not bad.
That's good.
I think
this lake has got some beasts. It's true.
Right. Smashed into first place. That's what I needed to get back in the game. None of these £4.
Darth Badge is asking if size 2 hooks and pinkies are a no-no.
Like,
I don't.
Would
it
would it just puncture it too much? Like, they'd be hench in comparison, right?
Guys, come on. Okay. So Toby is asking if we went to the big one show. Yes. I was at the big one. I was there on the Saturday. I was also at iCast last week, which was very interesting. Biggest fishing trade show in the world, meeting with lots of partners and lots of pros and lots of potential partners. So very interesting stuff there, which I can't share with you, but it's going to be exciting, and there's going to be a lot of good stuff going for you guys. Okay. So the only Cobra on Twitch is asking how heavy is the biggest fish now. So
Arapaima, isn't it?
So the biggest fish in the entire game lives in the new Gillam's Fishing Resort, which is part of the Giant Carp Pack, which also came out today. And that, I believe, the biggest one of those is a whopping £568. But there's some big old Mekong catfish, Siamese carp in there as well.
Everything in that lake is swole, like just massive.
So the biggest fish, other than in that lake, must be Wells catfish.
We lost Gigantis, isn't it? Just over 200.
Yeah, but he's on a DLC lake as well.
Oh, for core.
I was trying to think of the core one. Would be the carp, the
other Wells catfish.
The Wells catfish in either Valsey. It's got to be the Wells catfish in Valsey, really, isn't it? I mean, Bestie's got some nice big catfish in it as well, but that's not going to count.
No, I'm winning. Don't want to see a 2-pounder. Going back in that little groove there.
So the Giant Carp Pack on Xbox, I believe it's still propagating through the Xbox stores and servers. If you can't find it, so the way it links up to the search words and that sort of stuff can take a bit of time for their servers to all catch up and to work with keywords or whatnot. The way you can find it is through the add-on store within the game's front end. So if you launch the game, get to the front end, go down to the bottom left button, and you should be able to locate the Giant Carp Pack in there. So Toby on YouTube, he's also asking for bait boats, which we've had a few requests for, haven't we?
Hashtag bait boats is already come up.
Bait boats.
It's another one on the list.
It's another one on the list. Do you want to? I don't know. I've basically got a massive list of stuff to do. So Tommy Thompson's asking where the dead baits are. So you need to first equip a size 2 hook. I should have equip the size 2 hook hat. But yeah, you've got to put the size 2 hook hat.
When I finish, I would do it now, but I'm winning, so I can probably do it when I get this fishing. I think I've done enough on this one, but I'll do it and equip one anyway, just so you can see how the equipment process for a dead bait.
Yep, that's a good idea, Sam. We can demo it.
But not until I've reeled in this fish. I need to make sure I'm winning this one. Which is alright. It's amateur, so it's not as ramped up as...
Yes, Julian, that's right. This update is completely free for anyone who's got the game. Because we just love you guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, massive update. Hundreds of hours worth of gameplay here. So thank you all for being early adopters to Fishing Sim World.
Sticking with it. It's also your feedback that pushes us to make it better. And if you're appreciating it, we'll keep doing it.
So yeah, K12's asking, is catching marshal specific to certain weather conditions or time of day? No, you will be able to catch marshal at any of the time of days. So don't worry about that when you're searching for it. You can have a little.
Yes.
So switch it to your carp pack. Right. So we've got a suitable rod on. We've got a 13-foot rod on. So if we go into the hooks here, we scroll to the bottom.
I'll put them in.
Oh, there we go. You got them there. Okay, right. He's filtered it. So you can equip the size 2 crank rig. So that's equipped. And then if he goes to his pop-up tiger nuts, and it's probably going to be right down the bottom. There we go. We got mackerel head, smelt head, roach head, and then the full-size fish. So there you go.
All done.
So Fanatic Bassin is asking if you can design your own jersey or is it preset? That's a great question. So the colours on the jersey are completely customizable. So the shape of the lines are set. So on the jersey there, you've got 3 colours you can play with. Obviously, if you set 2 of those to the same colour, they're just going to blend into each other, and you're going to sort of slightly change the design. But there are in career mode there are 3 jerseys, and you can colour those differently. So you have 1 jersey for bass, 1 jersey you use for carp, and 1 jersey you use for predator. Now, the big part of career mode is about obviously winning events. Winning events gains you career earnings, but importantly, it also gets you followers. Now, for anyone that knows anything about the world of professional fishing, getting sponsorship is really important. And what sponsors like and what sponsors need is for you to have a social media.
£27.
£27. Sam has absolutely bossed the first event.
It's that £11 and that did it. Everyone else pretty average. That fatty got me a win.
Wow. Yes. So as I was saying, the important thing in professional fishing is if you want to get sponsored, you need followers. The more followers you have, and the greater your social media reach, obviously, the equipment manufacturers are going to be very interested in having you on board. So yes, as you play events, you earn these followers. As you earn the followers, you then unlock you get sponsorship offers, which you can then accept, and then you're effectively building up and decorating your jersey. Now, those sponsorship offers are specific to the different tours that you're in as well. So you're not gonna want your bass shirt with a load of carp product manufacturers on, and likewise you wouldn't want the bass on the carp one. So you actually treat those different. Sam has, right on cue, has gone into the screen where we can see it. So RBLB switches through the 3 different shirts, and he's and there. But this is the first event in amateur. We haven't had any sponsorship deals yet, have we? Yes. But as you can see, Sam is then tweaking his colours, like it. Oh yes, Sam. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now, the primary sponsor that you sign will be the sponsor on your hat as well. So those will be the that's how the hat sponsor works. It's it uses your primary sponsor. And why don't you show the guys this other feature? Hat and sunglasses on the same character. That's madness.
It's finally happened.
It's finally happened. You can wear hat and glasses.
And you can have orange frames. Because he's a boss. He's ready to rock some carp out of the lake. And then I can obviously have it set up so I know in the individual events it looks more carpy or pretty to your liking. You could do all 3 the same if you wanted it just, I guess, as a brand, but
he would look good in my hat.
Yeah.
He would, wouldn't he? Okay. Daft Badger just wants to be sponsored by Pot Noodle. We don't have those yet, but if you work for Pot Noodle and you want to come along and you want to get involved, then
they're out there.
Give us a shout, get in touch, and perhaps we'll be able to do a giveaway, and Daft Badger will be happy, and he'll get like a whole week's worth of pot noodles. Okay, right. What we got next?
Predator.
So we got Predator event up next, have we? Predator on Bergsea.
Or did you want me to go to carp?
No, you can
go through.
Yeah, you can rock through. So at any point during career mode, it's up to you. You can opt in or opt out of each of the 3 tours that are running. So you can chop and change as you wish. And that will obviously just change the events that you've got running in your calendar at the moment. Like my lovely assistant just demonstrated. Wave thinks we're just responding to YouTube commentators.
There's a lot of people commenting.
There's a lot of commenting. We're actually using an app which puts all the comments from all the different platforms that we're streaming to into one feed for me. So I'll try and get through a few of the questions.
Got the problem there from old ZooTZ UK TV. You didn't put a hashtag in front of the old grass carp. That's the only way features get put in the game.
Okay, Twitch Vengeance is asking if we're thinking of sea fishing. The game's called Fishing Sim World. I think we'll get there eventually. There's quite a few things we need to do first with the fresh water, with the fresh water before we get to the salt water. So yes, Big Bug has picked up on the and someone else was asking about the alarms. So yes, due to popular request, we have made it so that if you're already fighting a fish and an alarm goes off on a second or third rod.
Can you type predator in for me?
Is this going to work?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, so the alarms it'll beep to let you know it's going off, and then it will go quiet again. And then I can't remember the exact time frame, but it will beep every 45 seconds or every minute just to remind you that it's still there. But yeah, feedback on how that is working for you guys with that change. I hope you like it. So Ben is asking if you buy the game today, so you start off with a boat. Yes, you do start off with a boat. You start off with what we call the starter boat. So it's a boat made by Hai Chow, and I believe it only goes around 45 miles an hour, 45, 50, whereas obviously the top end boat in the game will take you up to 70, 75.
Get the other Vader back up.
He's he's given us an account with not enough TP on it.
We've got to earn it. That's how it works, right?
High up on my list to fix is the misspelling of mackerel, which a couple of you have spotted there. So that is already on the known issues list. Infinity Explorer wants a radio in game for music, to listen to music. I would really like that, but the Xbox or the console, is already pretty busy, and I'm sure you've got a radio in your house. Just turn the knob, put it on. Obviously, putting Spotify in or whatever, being able to log into your Spotify account, or that would be great. There's a whole lot of legal and license issues to go through there. I would like that, but it's just As always, for me, it's a case of priority. Matt Hall's loving the new Genko rod. That rod is lovely. I do like that little red and blue number.
Blue Spider-Man.
Yeah, it makes me think I've got Spider-Man's rod or something. Okay, Big Bug's liking the throwing stick. What's your favourite fish to catch? What's my favourite? I like the bass. I think the bass are fun, but I also like the trout. The new trout are cool.
I know you think it's alien looking, but I really like the old Mekong.
The Mekong.
It's that weird.
That's a weird. Mekong's a
so
weird fish.
It's so different to anything we've got. I really like it for that.
So the only Cobra 62 on Twitch is asking about what baits do you recommend for the new Gillam's Lake, and Infamous Red on YouTube is asking what baits for catfish. Now the dead baits are great, because what that will do is it will mean that the carp won't take it, so it cuts down the number of fish in the lake that you don't want to take the bait to actually take it. Now Gillam's, every single fish species in Gillam's Lake will actually take a boilie, which is pretty mad. But yes, so they will all take the boilies. Some of them will take lures, and Arapaima and the red tail will also take the dead bait. Obviously, to get the Siamese carp in Gillam's, you want to be using 80-pound line, size 2 hook, and the biggest boilies you've got.
I'm getting there. Making my predator box.
We haven't changed the game name from Fishing Sim World. It's still called Fishing Sim World. K12's going straight for Marshall.
It's on it. The hunt's on. One on the end of it. Shell's pretty big.
So Luke on YouTube, he's asking about different sink rates and having rigging options.
Rigging, you say?
He wants rigging options.
It's like, where's that? It's like he's reading my mind.
So me and Sam are working on a rigging design, and that is something that we are
very much interested in.
We're very keen to have a rigging set of options in the game for you, where you get to choose the way you rig your baits and the weight that you attach to them, so you can decide your own sink rates. So that's something that we do want to do, and I hope to be able to bring that to you. I can't tell you when, and I can't be completely committal because who knows what will happen. But we want it, and it's something we want to do. So
it's in the pipeline, which is
in the pipeline. Okay. So the dead baits will catch the catfish, the pike, the arapaima, the muskies.
I'm going to show you a little predator pro tip right here. I've got 2 dead baits and 1 lure rod. Because why would you not?
Exactly.
If I've got a peg.
So Sam here has gone into the next event on the tour, which is Snowy Peak at Bergsea. He's built himself a new Predator tackle box for it. And he is rocking 2 13-foot Vader X's. And on those he has put...
Can't do it on Joel, I'm all about that X. Every time, I gotta have the X. All about it. It's my favourite rod in the game.
Why haven't you matched up the Vader X reels with it though?
I don't know if we've got it. I don't know if we have. I don't know if I've got
If you haven't got the TP, has he bought it? Come on. He already had the...
There we go.
Come
Sorry,
on.
that was my mistake.
You've got to get matchy
Otherwise
with
it's not
it.
double Vader, is it?
Right. But he's still rocking the 20-pound line. It could be all right on this lake.
So I thought, if we're doing Gillam's, no.
So what he's got there. What Sam's tactics going to be here? He's going to. So we're in a predator event, right? So we want those big catfish. We want the big pike. So what he's going to do? He's going to cast out 2 dead baits on rods 1 and 2, and then on rod 3 he's going to be doing a bit of lure fishing to try and get some pike with that, whilst we wait for some fat pike or catfish to take the dead baits. So let's see how it does. Okay, right. Genko booty shakers are insane. You are right. Outdoors.
It's funny. It's such a funny name for a lure.
I've got the Genko booty shaker in the office. It's
massive.
It's massive, and it stinks.
That donk on it.
It's got a hell of a donk on it. Okay. Yes, this is out on consoles right now. You guys can get it. Hey, Alex. How you doing, Alex? Nice to meet you. Yeah, it was great meeting you at iCast. Hope you enjoy the update. Big up, Alex. Soul Reaver says it's not X Factor, Sam.
Why is it not?
You're giving it that.
And it's the X. I'm not X Factor. It's the Vader X.
Yes. So Big Bug has noticed this other thing. So what we did was, rather than having a separate shop and a tackle box, and then having to come out of the lake and then go and buy this stuff in the shop, and then having to go to your tackle box and then equip it, we just thought, let's cut out the middleman. Let's do it all in one place, and let's make it quicker and easier for you to do. So that's what you do. You buy your tackle through your inventory or your tackle box now. When you go to select an item, everything that you could possibly equip at that point is then available for you to purchase. So I think that is an improvement, but obviously let us know. There is something I want to do that's annoying me at the moment. I'll let you guys know, just so before I get inundated with people asking it, because I think you'll want it as well. But it's what I want is to, when I go into the inventory, I want all the items that I've already owned to be at the top of the list, and then it to show me the other ones. So that is on my list. It's high up on my list. And there's a lot of little things like that, just small little polishy, tweaky presentation, usability stuff that we'll be picking up in the next couple of weeks.
The other one we got is be able to view your angler's log in the lake.
Yes.
Is another one, because we know everyone's trophy hunting out there to get that full deck.
Yeah, exactly. So we do want to view the angler's log. There's lots,
It's
You
one of
guys have seen me chatting on here a few times. There's loads I want to do, and I'm gonna do my best to do it all for you. Right.
That's why I hashtag it. Hashtag that feature. That's how.
What's my favourite thing about the update?
That's a lot.
There's a lot. I think it's got to be career mode and getting in there and basically start that journey from amateur to pro. Once you get into it, once you go through it, I found myself I was supposed to be bug testing and going to bed. I was just staying up late, carrying on playing, and just because I wanted to level up, I wanted to cross that threshold, which unlocked the sponsor that I wanted. I wanted my shirt to look better. So I could then, show off with that shirt in multiplayer, because you can wear your career mode jerseys in other parts of the game as well. So when you just jump into a multiplayer tournament with your pals, you'll be able to be rocking the jersey of your choice, showing off your cool sponsors.
So I think mine's got to be the online updates though. In fact, now you can actually do. It was annoying me before because I've seen people of you doing online tournaments for rainbow trout and having to record it manually by writing your names on bits of paper to say who'd scored what. It's now we've got that functionality, so you can just rainbow trout specifically tournament it to your heart's content, and that's just the way it should be.
Right. I'm trying to
get fish. I ain't got one.
What's Lone Wolf Racing going on about? I can't. I've lost me. I've lost the top of the feed. Okay.
Why aren't you showing that instead of the Giant Carp Pack? Oh, what this? I say we could go on Giant Carp. Is that you mean on the stream or
So, what we're doing at the moment is giving you a little demonstration of career mode. The stream's going to be running for a little while. Me and Sam will. I'm going to have to head off in a bit, but some of my pals, maybe Darren and Mark, possibly Stephen, are going to come in as well, and they're going to look to take you, show you a few little bits from the Giant Carp Pack. So we've got a lot coming up for you guys.
It's an extended stream today. It's not just an hour. Right?
Not just an hour, no. Not just an hour.
I ain't caught nothing.
Sam?
I'm crapping out here.
It's 6.5 minutes in.
I know. This worries me. I might change this. What do you reckon? You want me to get Booty out? And get it out.
Right. Stuart Main is asking, how about some trophy barbel?
Trophy barbel? We can do that. Well, there we go.
Oh,
say it
fish
and
on!
we will receive. There is a real reason why we didn't manage to get round to trophy barbel. It came in a bit late.
They came in a bit late. So that trophy barbel are on the list.
We'll make it happen.
This man here is going to make it happen for you. You've just heard him commit to it live on the internet.
Aaron hasn't been on live for a while, but he is the other half of the design duo that helps put the boss fish into the water.
Sam and Aaron are the boss fish masters, as along with Pete, our character artist, who's the fish in our game are characters, as well as the player, the human character that you use is obviously a character, but to us the fish are as important. So yes, Sam, Aaron, and Pete have got it on their task list to get some boss fish barbel.
But yeah, we promise you also Aaron's not dead, he just hasn't been on stream in a month. He's very much alive and still got his beard,
So there's a few questions in there about trout spinners and the best baits for trout. I will be looking to get some specific trout spinners in there, but for now, my tip for you, so the trout will take a number of the lures that are in the game. The ones that work best are going to be the spinner baits and the spoons. possibly maybe the spoons towards the smaller end. But yeah, the spinner baits and the spoons will be the two best lures for the trout at the moment until I can get some trout specific lures in. When I was at iCast last week, I was looking at a whole load of different lures. So we've got some exciting updates. Did you just slam that pike into a rock? Sam,
I'm in a tournament. I need to get in quick. He doesn't know I'm on the clock. I do.
it's a tiny one as well.
Yeah, but I need it. Look,
God.
time is money right now, or positions in this case.
Sam, your inches are lacking.
No, it's not good.
Yeah. Okay.
I was hoping this booty shaker pays off. Everyone said it's OP.
Hi Ruth, how nice to have you on board. Thank you. Mac Johnson, are you on Xbox by any chance? I think there's this the problem with the
not from that not for that bike there was. Fish are friends, right?
What's going on? Who are these? Are these people arguing with each other in the chat? I don't know. Hi, Magic Hornet. Right. So things I like best in this update is a number of things. Career mode is awesome. There is a hell of a lot of gameplay for free, and if you don't want to be playing online or you don't want to be playing in the online events or multiplayer, then there is hundreds of hours of entertainment there for you. Other things I really like. The trout are awesome. They look great. They fight well, and they're one of my favourite fish in the game. Obviously having 3 more giant North American lakes in the core game is great. It means we've got an even 5 US lakes, 5 European lakes, and it's just a lot better offering. The options that you get in the multiplayer and being able to have multiple round events and be able to set your own rules, so decide which species count and the method for which you're going to be measuring who's the winner, that is a really good thing for me. Other things I like, the UI is much better. You can see in the top right here the way the leaderboards look and work. They look loads better. When you're playing, once you get up into the pro and elite divisions, and you've got, you're competing against the 100 pros that we put in the game, and you see their little pictures in the game. That looks good. The front end is so much better looking. So yeah, that's a big thing for me. Another thing that I really like doing in the game is when I'm fishing with soft plastics. Now, instead of just doing a constant or a stop and go retrieve, the fish, particularly the bass, might actually take the soft plastic lure when it's on the drop, when it's on the full. So you can actually do a thing where you let the bait drop to the bottom, you lift it up a bit, you let it drop to the bottom, and you can fish that way, and it gives you a completely different way to fish the same lakes for the same fish, but in a sort of different style, and I really like that. So okay. Right. Can you pause the game a little with it? Go into the leaderboards. What are we on here? The Predator. Just wondering if there's. So a few of you might have noticed on. A few of you might have actually made it into the amateur. Ooh. Look, Phil's in there. Who else have we got in there? Alexander, he's on there. James, big timer. Look, go up to 35. That's big timer, isn't it?
Is it not?
Is this you, big timer? Is this you? So yeah, I'll let you know. Crack on, Sam. You crack on with the fishing. But there you go. Oh, he's a bit touchy, that wolf, isn't he? Ooh. Right, come on, land this. You got 6 minutes.
Crank it up a bit. I'll try and not smack it into the rocks this time, but
Lake Gunnersville is awesome. Having Travis in there is awesome. Putting Lake Miller up in Wisconsin looks great because it looks visually very different, being in the autumn setting. Yes. Oh.
that's small enough. If you want it like
Maybe
that.
I need a little smaller one.
I can't tune it one-handed. I'm trying to reel in a fish. But
Spank the Monkey. Did I just read that name out? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
it's all right.
It's asking if
passed
there's
the
any
watershed,
chance
right?
of
It's fine.
custom tackle restrictions for multiplayer, so we can run sessions where you can only use certain baits and tackle. We would like that option. We have discussed that. Now, I want that option for potentially for some special events as well, like a bit like the Dovetail Fishing League. Now, if I can get that functionality where I can set it from a server, I will also get that functionality where you can add those restrictions yourself.
See, I should have smacked it against the rock. Then it wouldn't have done it, would it? Yes, all rod two's off.
Okay.
I can't come under it. That's the new goal. Not to come first because this ain't happening. As long as I don't come under it.
Come on,
4
Sam.
minutes.
Wait, you got another pike on.
That's what I need. Something lanky.
Right.
But yeah, talking about the restrictions, so we're also discussing maybe doing it for boats. Because obviously the boats do have different speeds, so if you could limit it to like only using slower or everyone's in fast boats, I think could be
That's
cool.
true, yes. Oh, blast. Oh, I've got a different... I was trying to look it up. Best leg for trout. Have I got this image? I've got this image. Gumball, I will try and find that out for you and let you know. I think Lake Miller's good for trout, and it's either Arnold or Dylan, I think, is also really good for trout.
One of the two newer ones we put a lot of trout in, right?
Ferret, I'm on Twitch. I've seen your comment. I think I saw one earlier that was saying it was PS4. We haven't had any issue. That's the first issue like that reported I've seen of a stuck on a loading screen on on PS4. Things I could suggest trying just to sort of rule stuff out of the equation. Obviously, try rebooting the console. Maybe try once you've done that. If it's still doing it, maybe try going offline and running the game while it's offline first and getting into the game. Cypher, you definitely don't have to buy the Pro Tour. So that should, if you're logged into the right account, that should just download automatically. It has been doing for everybody else. The Giant Carp Pack you do have to buy, but The Pro Tour update is free for everyone. Are you answering certain people's questions? No, I'm answering the ones I can see on the screen in front of me.
Thanks,
How
Ruth.
do you get dead fish? So we went through that a little bit earlier, Cameron, but you have to, for the dead baits, you have to be using a suitable rod, so like a 11, 12, 13 foot rod, and you have to make sure you equip a size 2 hook first, and then you can equip a dead bait.
Ruth giving me the support for the fish that I need to catch. It's much appreciated.
How big do the channel catfish get in the game? Can you remember this off the top of your head, Sam? I think there's at least a 25 pounder in there, but there's bigger than that, isn't there?
That's what we're done about. I think I'm on about 60. Oh. I only got a minute 10 though. I'll have to lean on this and risk it. If I could get one more pike in, if it was another 20 inches.
Rapid Runner, can you just confirm to me whether that is, you're seeing that on Xbox, please? So Rapid Runner just asked a question about the Giant Carp Pack. So channel catfish will take lures and dead bait. Okay, yes. So this is all going off live as you know. I'm in here streaming. I'm not speaking to the guys outside at the moment. Now, what we believe is happening with the Xbox Giant Carp Pack is that Microsoft is still pushing through some stuff on their end. So hopefully within the hour it should be working for you. I can't do anything or say anything else at the moment. Please just be a little bit patient with us. You know, we've submitted all we can to Microsoft. Sometimes, you know, it works. You know, it happens on multiple. It can happen on any platform, but sometimes we have to then chase them, and you know, the first parties, and we have to make them do stuff again, or get them to republish stuff, or so sometimes you can plan as well as you possibly can, and then but we're always going to be reliant on servers and other systems that are outside of our control, and then we just have to nag people until they press buttons or pull plugs and reboot stuff and make it work. As far as it goes from our end, it's kind of the work's done from our end. So I will,
everyone is as on it as fast as they can.
So people are outside that door over there working on it. So as soon as, if I can get any more information, I will let you know.
Considering I was in 98th Ruth, I'll take 16th. It's a little bit of a comeback. Too late.
You did, yeah.
If I hadn't lost that other one, I reckon I might have been in the podium.
That's all right, I think that's all right.
It's
first stamp, you could restart it.
I could, yeah, if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm a true simulation. I'll take my score. If I fail it again, I'll come back next season and smash it.
Guys, thanks, Dean, Big Timer. Thank you very much for your nice comments. Thanks, Kyle. Very, very kind of you.
Best official game is bought on PS4.
Do I know what?
Warms the heart a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I just started my game and the update appears. Do you know what it is? Do we know what the update is?
I'm not sure.
Any idea? Any idea? It's Fishing Sim World Pro Tour! Yes! Out today.
Live. Coming in.
Live and direct. Right.
I got sponsored.
Okay.
See, that's why that other, it said fishing against the clock, that's why that other fish had to get smacked against the rock.
No, shh. You don't talk about hurting fish.
Well, I accidentally.
This is a 3+ game. We're a family company.
But he went back in the water fine.
He went. Alright. He was a digital fish.
They got strong
there was no
actual fish, digital fish maiming going on.
There was nobody was hurt.
He was alright.
Thanks, Duff Badger.
Can't do sponsors.
Thanks, John Farmer. Thanks for the comment. Thanks, Sabrina.
Oh, the carp next. I know. Canal like the back of my hand. I did a lot of work on Canal. A lot of work.
Okay. Right. So we're not going to go fish the new fish, but our pals, Mark and Darren, I believe, are going to take you on some giant carp adventures, maybe even some arapaima. So we will see what they've got for you. High true fishing in Bangladesh. I don't think we've ever had anyone on the stream commenting from Bangladesh. So big shout out to everybody from Bangladesh, loving up the fishing sim world.
Or wherever you watch. We normally
whenever
we
you
haven't
watch
actually done an ask of where's everyone. So what?
Yeah.
Where's everybody at? Drop it in there.
Drop it. Drop
We
it.
want to know. Where's everybody at?
Drop it in the chat. Canis is asking, will trolling motors be able to be used at some point? Where have you been,
under a
Canis?
rock?
That was
I
like literally.
designed that thing.
That was literally like in
That was-
update 1, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it
It
was-
might have been update 2. That
Yeah.
was the biggest.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into working out
Yeah.
what buttons to press with that controlling my have you know.
Yeah.
I remember seeing me sitting there having a headache, just going.
Trying to find a button that wasn't already being used that
And
we
the-
could use to control the trolling
and the
motor.
felt fluid while fishing. Whew. Yeah, trolling motor's alright. I like having a good troll. What's on this one? A little smell on that one. I'm changing that up. Fat boily.
Big up Minnesota.
Yeah, that big.
There we go. Ruth Ann in Minnesota. Buck Hunters, Indiana boy.
Oh damn.
So Ronnie Man in the NC US. Oh, we got Smoking Joe's coming up from Minnesota. Oh, look at that. Carper in Belgium. Another Minnesota. Oh, Tim's rocking it from Ohio.
Oh, nice spread.
Darth Badger's saying best Des face ever. You've not seen anything yet. You wait. You wait till tomorrow. I'll know. That won't be live on the internet though. Okay. So MSB Gaming, I believe you must be on Xbox. If you've just joined the stream, I think there is something going on with the Xbox servers. Do not try and purchase it again. Your purchase will go through eventually. We believe that we just need some servers to talk to other servers and for some buttons to be pressed at the first party end, not at our end. So we've done all we can. We are testing stuff out there and we are hassling people and trying to make it come through and download for you. It's kind of out, it's systems that we don't have control over. So all we do is we send the files to them, they put them up and push them live. As some of you might have seen, one of the companies might have made the update go
Is this the
live
bug you're talking
earlier.
about? Can't change that.
You can't change that. Okay, so go back, and if you go onto link 18mm, change that to red flakes or something. Yeah. So that's already been fixed, and that will be released in the next update.
Nice.
Okay, where we got? We got K12 in Texas. We've got Magic Hornet in Canada. Got to big up the Hornets. Louisiana is in the house. Big up Draco. Stacey's asking me about the float update. I can't give you any more info, but it's still high up on the list, and the design is in progress, and we are working towards it. Are there any patch notes for the update? Has Stephen not put out the patch notes?
No.
That's a community thing. We'll hassle Stephen for that.
He's watching. Steve, put out the patch.
Steve, are you there? Can you hear me?
Shout out, Morgan, right.
Alabama. Austin KF from Alabama. Big up. Okay. Cypher, what Cypher on YouTube, what platform are you talking about there? One Tech from Colorado. Okay.
Take a little one. Just
We Wear Wave is asking if any chance stormy weather and wind will be added to the game in future updates. So there is wind in the game at the moment, but I do want to make it have more of an impact on gameplay. So that's something that Sam and I and the rest of the team will be working on and thinking about over the coming months. There is so much stuff we want to add to this game. So yeah, hold tight and we will get it for you. So Rapid Runner is representing London. We got Eduardo Carreta from Brazil. Big up to Brazil.
pretty well pronounced.
Okay. So updates are kind of come out either every month or every sort of six to 8 weeks. So the way we work with the updates is we're always trying to listen to your feedback and give you things that you are wanting and things we want to do. So there's loads,
Fat carp on mine.
loads of things that we want to. I've got such a list of
Fat
things
carp
for you.
on.
But Twitch TV Proza 69. Cracking name. They come often, and so the game came out like last October or September. We basically did 10 updates in about 10 months. So yes. So Marshall, new ways to make money. You play career mode. And you'll get lots of XP catching the fish and playing career mode, and getting the XP and then leveling up is how you're going to get your tackle points. Okay, ciphers on the laptop. That does sound weird. Maybe try signing in and out of your Steam account. Okay. Magic Hornet just says pizza.
It's always never bad, is it?
Right. Infamous Red's got a massive carp on his line.
That's what we like. Fatty.
Land that fatty. Lots of stars. So Eric is asking, is there Arapaima only in Gillam's Fishing Resort? Yes. So the Gillam's Fishing Resort currently has 5 unique fish species for it. You've got the Arapaima, you've got the red-tailed catfish, you've got the Mekong catfish, you've got the Siamese carp, and you've got the black pacu, which I caught a nice one. It was all right. It wasn't a monster, but I caught a nice one. I was quite fortunate, and I had to go to Thailand. It was a tough week. It was a tough week. I had to go. It was pretty sweaty. It was pretty hot. It was damn humid, but it was a great place. If you ever get the chance to go there, go and visit the guys out there. It's amazing. And yeah, it just filled me with inspiration for making it awesome in the game, and I hope you like it. Okay, Cypher, that sounds a bit weird. I can't test anything at the moment here. Best thing to do is if you could drop on the Dovetail Facebook page or one of the community pages, drop a little note to Stephen Jones if you are having problems still, and he can look into it. So Cool and Relevant is loving the new largemouth skins. So a lot of people, we haven't really spoke about this, but I mentioned earlier my character artist Pete. Now, he wasn't happy with some of the skins, basically, some of the textures of some of the fish, and he's gone back and improved some of them. So the largemouth are looking better than ever.
Same with the character skins for John.
The character skins, exactly. Yeah, John is the faces of the characters are looking better than they were prior to this update. Pete is working on some other fish as well that I'm not going to tell you about now. I'm just going to tease you. Dammy Wolf. Big up in Pennsylvania there. So Ronnie Man Rogers is asking whose voice is narrating now. And he says it sounds familiar. That's because it's Chris Jones is his name, and he's one of the tournament announcers for the FLW. So that's if you've heard of him, then you recognise the voice. That's where you'll recognise it from. So Marshall Newton on YouTube. He's well keen for the who's going to be the first person to catch Marshall, the massive bass in Gunnersville.
Someone's got to
because his name's Marshall, and he just wanted to remind us and tell us all just in case. And so yeah, get in there, Marshall. Go and find Marshall and see if you can catch it. Big up to Carlos in Manchester. Another one in Pennsylvania. Phantom's up there.
I've got a fatty on right now.
We Wear Wave is saying I said ice fishing is coming eventually. Did I? Well, we haven't. There's nothing's moving on ice fishing at the moment. That's all frozen
Pretty sure
and
it's
on hold.
actually on ice.
Did I? That's yeah. I'm not saying we won't do it. I'm just saying it's not on the short-term list. There's a lot of other stuff we want to do before that. Oh, Severe Alcoholic is now following. All these maps that you're seeing here are free. Yes, there's now 10 lakes in the core game. Draco Lee is asking, where do we send a screenshot clip of to if we catch Marshall? You want to be hitting us up on the community channels, the social channels. So you want to be hitting us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Okay? Stephen, my community manager that you guys know, you've seen on here before, he will be managing that for us. So it's going to be the first person to get in with that timestamp because it's all recorded. Everyone else will be able to see everyone else's submissions. So the first person to get Marshall in the game, catch that 17.7, the biggest largemouth bass in the game, is going to get a little prize. Oh, Barbel are now in the game. Yes, they are. Barbel you can find in a number of venues. There's a few in this venue here on the canal. There are also some really nice ones in Yezuro Besti and in Lago del Mundo. So yes, Phantom, there are Barbel in the Grand Union. I saw a comment earlier, best baits for Barbel. So obviously Barbel is a bottom sort of feeding fish. So you're going to be using those baits that on a static bait that's going to sink to the bottom. I would recommend probably a boil, potentially a boilie or something like that. That's a good question. Dennis Curling on the Dennis Curling on YouTube is asking if the career mode is endless. It is endless, so you can just keep looping those seasons round as many times as you want.
Into infinity.
Jacob Smith is asking us to add chub. So Logan Mann is asking if. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Logan Mann is asking if there is all the new maps free. So they're launched today in Pro Tour mode. You get 3 additional lakes: Gunnersville, Travis, and Miller. 3 giant and 2,000 plus acre US lakes. Also, we released today separately as a DLC that you will have to purchase if you would like it, is the Giant Carp Pack. So that features 2 real world iconic famous lakes. So first up we've got Raisbury South 1. Raisbury is one of the oldest and most historic carp fishing venues in the whole of the UK. Had a very famous resident known as Mary. Yes, Mary is in the game. Mary is in the game.
You put Mary's mate in there as well, didn't you?
Mary's mate might be in there.
I didn't know it was a thing until Steve told me. I was like, Mary and Mary.
And the other half of the Giant Carp Pack is Gillam's Fishing Resort, which it's in the Giant Carp Pack because it has the largest species of carp in the world, the Siamese carp. So that crazy Asian carp. Now, I was out. As I said earlier, I went out to Thailand to visit that place. Everyone out there has to use 80-pound line, size 2 hooks because, the lips, the mouths, the lips on these fish that are in that lake are ginormous. So we had to put the extra big hooks in for you. So Terry asking on YouTube, Sorry, big up only Cobra in Canterbury. Just down the road from us. Right. Trout are in lots of lakes. Stephen will be sharing information. But the best thing I can suggest for you to catch them with is either a spinnerbait or a spoon. They will take other baits, but those would be the most optimal at the moment. So someone's asking how many lakes we can use a boat on in the base game since the update. So 5 lakes. So there's 10 lakes in the game. The 5 US lakes you can use a boat on. The 5 European lakes you fish from the shore. Buck Hunter's asking if you just wait for the get the Pro Tour update before buying the Giant Carp Pack. I don't understand. You should be able to do both at the same time. Trout Boy has already caught a 500-pound arapaima. Big up.
I was going to say he found that boss fish then, like he's fast.
So the only Cobra wants chub to be added. That is on my list. K12 just caught a 14-pound largemouth. Woo.
Nice. Real nice.
Pike 500 is asking, do you have to use the 80-pound line at Gillam's? I would strongly recommend it. Yes.
If you want a challenge.
Now, don't be fooled with that 80-pound line. Don't be putting it on your bass rods and trying to fish for bass with it. A lot of the smaller fish in the game are wary of the 80-pound line. So don't think you can put the 80-pound line on and be bullying a fish and yanking it out the water, because they will see it and they won't take your bait.
You could try it for a challenge though. An hour
So that
10-pound line would be.
So the guy on the guy that I read his name out, then thought, should I have read his name out? So we'll just call him Spank.
Or Monkey.
So he's asking. So he's trying to rename a tackle box to Bass. And there is a it's basically got a swear filter on it,
yes.
and it thinks you're trying to use the alternative word for bottom or backside, and so bass isn't allowed, which is kind of amusing. You can put a space in it, can't you?
I use the old @ sign.
It's a bit annoying, but yeah. WeWare is asking for more venues: Japan, China, and Russia. We'll get there. We will get there, I'm sure.
Got many places to go in the world, yeah.
Phantom 58 is asking a great question. So, are the sunfish and yellow perch taking the float baits now? Yes. So when he's saying sunfish, like panfish, you're talking the crappie, the bluegill, and the perch. Yes, you can now float fish for those. So they'll take the worms, they'll take a number of the different baits off the float. So you can do that. Okay. Someone wants to catch a gudgeon, maybe to live bait with. You can't do that in the game yet. Richard Mason, the tackle shop has been removed, and you just buy it all from the same place you equip it. So you don't have to go and do. You don't have to go to 2 different screens when you are trying to buy new gear. Ruth. I mean, you. It's up to you. You could purchase it now, or you could wait until you just see that on the community pages that you just see that it's gone through successful now.
Let's go this side.
So Windy, I'm not reading her name.
Yeah.
I
like how close you got to it though, that you nearly did.
So Windy on YouTube is asking if the channel catfish is in the American lakes. Yes. So anywhere where that channel catfish lives and we've got a lake in that area, then we've put him in there. You got a perch on sweet corn? No idea how that's possible. Perch eat anything,
They
pretty
love
much.
everything.
They will eat anything.
Like a dustbin.
Cobra, we are not ignoring anything. Yes. Hadju's asking me about Guggen baits. That's something for the future. Phantom 58 saying, what lake are the Arapaima in? The Arapaima are currently only in Gillam's Fishing Resort, which is part of the Giant Carp Pack. So obviously these people already catching Arapaima must be on PlayStation. So Richard Mason's asking for any tips for catching the big pike in manner. My tip now that this update is out would be to put the dead baits onto your rods and spread them out. So cast them as far apart as you can, and that will increase your chances for doing so. Right, it's about that time. I've got to head off. Sam's got a.
I've got
Sam's
5
going
minutes on
to.
this
Sam's
event.
going to try and catch a. He's bossing this tournament. He's
I'll
bossing
finish
it.
this event up.
But what we have coming in now is my main men, Darren and Mark. Did you need to borrow the hat?
I think we do.
You need to borrow the hat?
Wear a hat. No.
Right. So these guys, I'm going to leave you. Right. Just so you're aware, I've told the guys about Marshall and about
It's on.
that they need to get in touch if they catch him, and that the first person to send in a screenshot is going to get something. Now, people are after these hats, which are rocking.
Got some signed.
You got some signed merch.
Yeah, we got Scott Martin signed. A few bits and pieces signed by him.
So get in touch, get out there, get on Gunnersville, get hunting for Marshall. First person to send in a screenshot of your character holding Marshall to one of our community pages. Obviously, it's all timestamped when it comes in, so we'll know who comes in first. And these guys are going to put in a little package together, and we can get that out to you. So I'm looking forward to seeing who catches that first. So I'm going to leave you in these guys' capable hands. Sam's going to finish bossing this tournament, and
Doing all right.
I will. Thanks all for your support and your questions, and I will speak to you soon.
Well done, Dad.
All right.
Signing out.
Signing out. I'm out of
I
it.
did.
Sam's not allowed to till he's landed that fish.
Yeah, I've done
Let's
that.
take over the next round of the tournament.
I'm going
Yes.
to exit
Small lid.
stage right, because the camera's facing the other way.
So I got 3.5 minutes, but I'm leading all right. Got some leeway. You come have a seat.
I will.
How you doing? Where
Yeah,
are
not
you?
bad. I'm in first.
You've got a
at the
nice
moment.
little lead going on
That's
there,
what I
haven't
mean.
you?
It's going all right. I had to pick up pro tips from Darth Badger about I'm doing it with the
A
throwing
bit of
stick
throwing
to get
stick.
a bit of practice over my spots.
Lovely. Nice and accurate.
Yeah, been going all right. Admittedly, I like this spot on this lake. So what we've got going on in there. Yeah, chat's been going pretty blown up.
Good.
Trying to-
I hope everybody's enjoying playing.
I think so.
The update's awesome.
Had some people catching Arapaima and carp while we've been chatting going through, which is always been
Lovely.
nice.
The old Arapaima will give you a fight, won't they?
It's definitely a finger strainer. You'll be there for a while.
Worth it though.
Yeah. A little bit too much on that one.
I think it's called SC Fishery. I think it's called Shock. Is the name of the track, if I remember rightly. Stephen will probably be able to confirm it. But yeah, I think it's called Shock.
Maybe it's not
I
too.
can't remember who it's by off the top of my head, but No, the Carp Pack in the Xbox store. We've just done it here in the office. Purchased it, and we're just waiting for Xbox to fit the switch. Should be any time now, imminent really. On that download. Apologies, really, but yeah, these processes of getting everything out globally do take some time.
Lots of buttons being pressed.
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons
lots
being
of
pressed.
people and lots of buttons.
Yeah, absolutely.
being pressed. Got a nice one on
Look like a nice carp.
there. Yeah. I think people are excited to see you catch some Arrow Primer in a bit.
D. Martin would love to see a rod controller. That's something we have talked about internally.
Yeah.
I think for us, it's a situation where we want to make sure that everything's as good as it can be with gameplay, physics, that fine line between reality and actual fishing and the game. But it's something that in the future, I think we'd all love a fishing rod controller,
like
and something like
Dreamcast
that.
days,
Yeah,
did that
absolutely,
whopping around.
absolutely, yeah. So watch this space with that one, really.
Not bad. £21.
So that was good. How much that was? About £20.
Yeah, just above.
Any hints to Marshall's location? Well, it's running the competition. I'm not sure we can give that away.
I tried sneaking that in earlier, saying like, "Oh, could you show us on?
Can you show us on the
Can you
map?
try on here?" Like, no.
No.
It's a good effort, then. There you go.
Well done.
Bosh.
Smashed it.
Yeah. Nelly, I know that spot's
Right.
good though.
You
I love that.
started a career.
Yes, literally running that as the third event in.
Cool.
So
Well, I'll take over from that.
Yeah.
Mr. Notes is going to drive in
you
the
can
question
take the
seat.
driving seat. I think people want to see you go to Gillam's at some point then. The chat is very, very kind.
Everyone understands the
Giant Carp.
Yeah.
Xbox issues.
Yeah, I've just mentioned it. That it is imminent. Xbox are working on it.
See you two later on.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Take care. Well done for winning that tournament,
Good fishing.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Noakes.
How are we?
How are you?
We're good. Yeah, we're very good. Pleased it's out there for everyone to enjoy.
Indeed.
There we go. Hello, Infinity Explorer. Right. So
What should
you're
we
gonna do the next.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice loading screen, isn't
That
it?
is, yeah.
With all the icons on it.
Explains. Yeah.
Yeah. We've
So
put some
you've
nice new loading screens in.
Tooltips.
Yeah,
As well.
tooltips from Ali and Scott.
Got any sponsors or offers yet? No.
Let's have a look.
No, you've only won one event.
Not yet.
The White Oak Open.
On Lake Miller.
Lake Miller, new lake as well. Lake Miller.
It is Lake Miller, isn't it?
Autumnal.
Yes. That's
Nice
a cool,
colours.
That's cool.
Nice
that,
new
isn't it?
colours.
Yeah, no, I think it looks really stunning with all the
Got my teeth in tonight.
exactly.
Will there be sturgeon in the game? No, not at the moment. We're looking into sturgeon, aren't we?
We are again, yeah.
No,
I mean,
no short-term plans
we've
for
got-
sturgeon.
a lot of new fish on the on our in our pipeline and stuff that we want to bring in. So
BG Fishing says do a bass tournament. So here you go, BG
There you go.
Fishing. We are doing a bass
your
tournament.
wish is my command.
So I don't. Do the guys get the sounds when they're listening to us?
I hope so.
They should do. So you should hear a very famous voice now introducing this tournament as well. So like a little bonus.
Yeah.
You've got Chris Jones, the MC, the voice of the FLW tour,
It's got such
is
a cool
now
voice.
the voice of our game as well. So it's a nice little touch as well. Another little level of realism that Chris has come in and introducing the career mode and all the tutorials in the game. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got a very distinctive voice, isn't he?
We've got a comment here that says, I bought the new package but I can't find the new one among the lakes. Do you mean you've bought the Giant Carp Pack? And if you have and you're on Xbox are having a few issues uploading the content. It will appear imminently, should be within the next hour or so.
Yeah.
Bear with us, keep trying, and then all of a sudden the content will be there. So our apologies, it's kind of out of our control, but everyone's working really hard. Xbox are working really hard to fix that for us, and you'll be able to play it very shortly. So, what else have we got coming in? Gillam's Here I Come. I've got challenged to fish with about £80 line. Good luck, Pike 500. If you hook into one of those monsters and you haven't got the £80 line on, it could be a very long fight indeed. But good luck to you, absolutely.
See what I've got on here. What bait he left me?
Phantom 58. Other kinds of bass like peacock bass, striped bass, etc. on the horizon. I may have seen an image of a peacock bass that had been designed by one of our artists the other day.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did see that,
did.
so that could be coming very soon. Let's see what else we've got here. How big do the new carp go, says Marshall Newton. Well, the only new carp venue in the game is Raysbury, as part of the Giant Carp Pack, and so as that's a licensed venue, they go as big as they go in there. So I think the biggest is Mary at around £56.
Yeah.
So Fudges, which has always been in the game on Gigantica Main Lake, is still the biggest at 86. But there are some new 40s and 50s for you to fish for, which are certainly not fish to be sniffed at. So let's see what else we've got coming in here. Can I catch normal carp, common mirrors with size 2 hooks? Yes, you can. The bigger carp will like the bigger hooks. So if you want to try and really hone down on the big specimens, then you can go up to a size 2 hook now. What else we got here? Eric Sloopek says, hello, I'm new. Hello, Eric. Thank you for joining us this evening. What do you think of Mark's hat?
It's cool, isn't it? Although very, very warm right now. These lights, it's like sitting in an oven.
It is, so we could fake tan at the same time.
Exactly, yeah. Florida tan.
So, the only Cobra 6.2. I purchased the carp pack from the in-game menu on my Xbox One. I'll play the career mode soon. Yeah, jump into the career mode soon, and as we've explained, the carp pack, if you're having issues downloading the content, downloading the lakes, that's an error at Xbox's end that they're aware of, and they are working frantically to fix that for us, and within the next hour or two the lakes should load and you should be able to play them.
Yeah, when we finish the stream as well, I'm going to be popping out, double checking it all, making sure, and I'm sure we'll message it out on our social
we'll be
channels,
back on their case again, yeah.
But they are working on it.
So, Priceless Outdoors says, what lakes are there from real life? So, Priceless Outdoors, depending on where you're from and what kind of fishing you like. In Europe, you can go to Gigantica Main Lake. You can go to Manor Farm at Linear in Oxfordshire, UK. Or you can fish a stretch of the Grand Union Canal in London. If you are a bass fan, you can now fish a section of Lake Gunnersville. Or you can fish a section of Lake Travis. So those are your real venues.
Des was just fishing Grand Union, wasn't he?
He was. So you've got 5 real venues and you've got 5 fictional venues. And we like symmetry, so you've got 5 US venues, you've got 5 European venues. Can you win boats in career mode? You can't win boats in career mode. In career mode you win fictional career earnings, and you earn social media followers, and that unlocks sponsorship opportunities, and then you get invited to exclusive sponsor events where you can unlock exclusive items but no boats. Are you fishing against bass pros? You are. Once you progress from amateur to pro, the bass and the carp pros start appearing, and then when you reach elite, then the real big pros will start appearing in there as well. So yes, the short answer is get through amateur and you will start fishing against pros.
Trophy Barbel. That's something that we want to get in as soon as we can.
Trophy Barbel, yeah, we need to get Trophy Barbel into the game. Yeah. There are no Trophy Barbel at the moment, I don't think.
Not at the moment.
Or is there some on Grand Union?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
But imminent.
Okay. Can I catch channel cats with lures? If so, which lures? You can catch them with lures. Part of the excitement is working out which ones, but I'm sure we'll be putting out a hints and tips article for you soon as well. Well done with the update, guys. You've nailed it. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Make sure you spread the word for us. We think this is now we thought it's a good game already, but now we think it's an amazing game, and we want all of you playing it and telling all your friends about it for us. Oliver Memes has got a glitch on career. Oliver, if you can send a ticket to Dovetail Games at kayako.com, I believe it is, or kayako.dovetailgames.com. That's it. Go to that address there, give us as much information as possible, including what platform you're playing on,
We'll get it looked at
and we'll get that looked at for you.
ASAP.
Can I catch the Arapaima and Lago del Mundo? No, you can't. Arapaima are not native to Spain, so they're not in there, I'm afraid. Will blue or flathead catfish be added eventually? Yes, they will. Can't give you an exact date, but they will be in the game eventually. Lots of love coming in, so thank you very much. We really appreciate that. One thing that hasn't changed though is Mark's ability to catch fish.
I was waiting for that. Literally 37 minutes into finding my spots.
Okay.
See?
You've got a double peaked cap, I see. That looks quite cool. Or is that a bug?
Yeah, who doesn't have 2 peaks on their caps?
Oh, you got a bass on as well. I just saw it jump there in
Cool.
distance.
That's what
Don't
you want.
lose it.
Stop.
Okay.
No pressure. Come on.
You need,
It's got to be at least. I want to jump from 57th to 1st.
well, this will be a very big bass for you to do that.
Yeah.
So, what's your setup? What are you fishing with at the moment?
I'll have
Do
to
you
show
even know?
I'll have to show. I did try to change it to one of my favourite lures, but I didn't have enough money to buy it.
Oh, okay.
So I went with the setup that is. I think it's one of
Sam's
the
setup, was it?
Sam's bass setup.
Right.
But I'm in a bass.
It seems to be working.
So everybody's got their favourite, haven't they? So
So are the fish on the sonar only under you? It's the sonar sort of goes in a cone. If you can imagine how an ice cream cone gets wider as it goes along. So that's how our sonar works as well. But in general, they are very close to under the boat.
you kind of want to turn round, don't you?
Yeah, if you drive past a whole bunch of fish, the best thing to do is to quickly turn round and go and backtrack on yourself, and you'll come back across them and be able to catch them.
It's a tiddler.
There you go. So what have we got on them? A
Got a
shockwave Fishalicious.
I'm going to go to.
Easy for you to say.
Indeed.
So-
I'm going to try my pro. I do like.
So you've gone from 57th to 54 for that.
There we go.
fish. There you go.
That's
You're
it.
nearly in the top 50. Halfway.
After this fish,
Keep going.
I've got a rattle trap on this time, so I like fishing with rattle traps.
Is the base game worth playing on its own, or do I need some packs with full experience? Absolutely, the base game is worth playing.
Hours of gameplay.
Hours. You got the whole career modes,
Hours.
10 venues, hundreds of items of equipment from over 50 partners. It's well worth the career. The base game is well worth buying. The game just gets better the more additional equipment or additional venues you buy, the more variety you get. But the base game has literally got hundreds of hours of gameplay to it, so definitely purchase it. How big do the trout get? That's a very good question.
I've seen over 8.
Yeah, the trout are basically get as big as the venues you find them in. So we do it by state records, unless it's a known lake where we do it by lake records. So the trout, however big they get in the state that they're found in, that's how big they will get in the game. Which I know is a loose answer, but you've caught me out a little bit there. I'd need to go and look it up.
Stephen the man.
Yeah, Stephen will tell us.
He's that source of info.
Let's see what else we've got here coming in. Have there been any new fish in Eurofishing? Says Cameron Rago. Cameron, the European element of this game hasn't had any new species added apart from barbel. Eurofishing, the game itself, is no longer being developed, so we support it from a customer service point of view. You still have your live tournaments, but we're not developing any features or fish or anything like that in Eurofishing anymore. The best thing you can do, if you haven't already, is move over to Fishing Sim World. Look at you storming up the leaderboard now.
That's it. That's what it's all about, mate.
You found the spot, have you?
I have. That one's on the drop as well, which is nice.
Oh, technical.
I know.
Okay. So were boss fish added to existing US venues with today's update, or have they only been added to the new US lakes? No, they've been added to all US venues. So all US venues now have trophy fish, boss fish, however you want to call them, to catch. You've now got 293 boss fish across the lakes to try and catch.
Accurate. That's exactly right, isn't
That
it?
is very precise.
And it's very accurate as well.
Very accurate.
We know. We've created a lot
Good
of
luck.
videos lately.
Good luck in
With that
catching all
number on.
293.
Yes.
So,
One by one. And that's, I mean, there's hours of gameplay there.
yeah.
But with the 10 lakes itself, you know, there's so much fun to be had on all
You've
10
got
lakes.
five lakes that are over 2,000 acres in size.
Yeah.
So you imagine the number of fish that are in there,
Yeah.
and the amount of exploring you can do on those lakes.
I mean, even just as a carp angler or a bass angler, and if that's all you do, there's still hours of gameplay, let alone the career mode, let alone the custom multiplayer, let alone trying to get some of the bigger predator fish on some of the lakes. Isn't it? Who doesn't like catching big fish?
Let's see what else. Chub to be added at a later date, maybe? Yeah, possibly. I don't see why we wouldn't add chub at a later date. Absolutely. I have the update, but not the dead bait, or I presume you mean bait. Why? You should have. They should be.
You need to make sure you've got a size 2 hook on, otherwise you can't get the dead baits.
Oh, there you go. So make sure you've equipped a size 2 hook, because they're such big baits. You can't use them on any other size hook.
Yeah.
So there you go. Good shout.
Yeah, no, I saw that cropping up in one of our social channels earlier, and that was Stephen's answer. And yeah, absolutely makes sense, because you wouldn't be able to use it with a smaller hook. So, like you say, they're big baits.
Guys, what's the biggest Mekong in Gillam's? Just caught one, 149 pounds, 7 ounce. That's not the biggest.
No.
I think they're to just over 200
Yeah.
pounds. Can't give you an exact weight, but they are just over 200 pounds. I'm sure they are. So
How long was the fight with that Mekong?
yeah, I
I'm
bet that
interested
took
to
a little
know.
while. Absolutely. Let's see what else we've got coming in here. There's a lot of love for Big Bug. So Big Bug, thank you for all that you're doing for us. We
Yeah,
really
nice.
appreciate that. Maybe adding bed fishing later. Yeah, absolutely. And sight fishing. We want to get, we want you to be able to see the bass and try and almost stalk it in the way that you can stalk the carp. I could tell you a story about an 8 pound 4 bass I
But you're going
fished off a bed, but I don't need to do that.
to. Who are you with at the time?
I might have been fishing with Scott Martin.
No.
Might have been.
He's got mine.
Might have taken me or us an hour to get this fish to
stalk
finally
it.
bite. But yeah, I don't like to boast.
No, fair enough.
But look at you in first place all of a
No,
sudden.
look, smashed that one out of the park,
Yeah,
didn't I?
absolutely. All of a sudden,
That's
I think
it.
you should show your all-round talents and either change your lure
All right.
or change your location.
Right, we'll have one more retrieve on this lure,
Okay.
and then we'll do that.
What else can we see that coming in here? One Tech 187. You guys should have more logs, laydowns, brush piles, and changes in the bottom of the lakes. Also, do certain fish stay in different depths of the water column? Yep, we do have. I think the way we can show the bottom of the lake, we can look at improving. But you'll find as you go along and you're looking at your sonar, there are significant depth changes on some of the lakes.
Yeah.
Again, if a lake is known, we based Lake Johnson on Lake Toho in Florida, and that's pretty much 4.5 feet all the way around, despite it being 22,000 acres. It's a pretty consistent depth, so our lake there is pretty consistent. But if you fish Lake Boulder, which is based on Champlain, you've got areas that are only 4 or 5 foot, and then it drops down to over 60 foot in places.
Yeah.
How we explain the depth change and what you're fishing over, we can certainly look to improve on, but we do have depth changes, and you will find, again, through using your sonar, that the fish, depending on the weather conditions and the species, will tend to stay in different areas of the lake and at different depths as well. So make sure you're using your sonar all the time. So let's see what else. So how heavy do the barbel go in the game? The barbel in Lago del Mundo, which is additional content, are the Spanish strain of barbel, and they go to over 30 pounds. The barbel in the core game on the Grand Union are much more consistent to what you'd expect to find in rivers and lakes over here, and I don't think they go much above £7, do they?
No, they wouldn't in that sort of stretch of water anyway. So
let's see what else have we got in here. Someone would like to see Oliver Mehmet would like to see surface fishing for carp. Yeah, Mehmet. So yes, Oliver, that is something that we would like to look at as well. Also, one thing that is still on our list of things to do, and we'll be doing as soon as possible, is adjusting the depth of the float when you're float fishing, and then therefore doing like the opposite way of float fishing, which is zig fishing and adjustable depths for your zigs as well.
yeah,
So that is on the cards. Any plans for fresh fishing underwater structures like beds and piles? I've just gone through that, and we need to improve the way that we tell you what you're fishing over. We do have the depth changes of different bed types in the Bass Lakes, but we need to communicate that information better. Absolutely.
that's out there. Let's try and get that.
When sea fishing is added, will there be shore fishing and deep sea fishing? To be honest, we're so far away from looking at we're not so far away from looking at sea fishing, but we haven't even started on sea fishing. I can't even answer that question at the moment, I'm afraid. But I'm sure that we will look to do as much variety of saltwater fishing as possible.
We're sitting here streaming in 5 years' time, looking a little bit older and greyer.
Yeah, that Facebook, that face app or whatever it is. We should.
I'm sure we'll be looking at things like that.
Yeah. In this update, have you guys adjusted the line tension and drag system? Yeah, we've played around with it again slightly. We're always trying to improve it, always trying to balance it better. So, and the UI for it has changed as well. So hopefully you notice the difference, and
it's definitely more sensitive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's about using your clutch. I do like to, but it's also about your rod movement.
Yeah.
You've got to do both.
You can do one of two ways here. You can adjust your clutch, or even if you have the clutch set at its default, you should be able to land the majority of fish.
If you're clever with your rod.
If you're clever with your rod and you ease off and you
point at the fish.
Yeah, and you reel back in, lift your rod higher when you need to, drop your rod when you need to.
Especially if those bass jump, then your rod needs to be pointing at the fish.
Yeah.
Take that tension off the line.
And when you get good at the games where you can actually almost deliberately now make the bass jump. And one thing you can do, and it does take a real skill, Des is actually quite good at it, is you can flip the bass onto your boat.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
No, but you can. When they're coming close, you can flip them onto the boat. Yeah. So that'd be cool to see if anyone can capture some footage of flipping a bass on.
That would be good.
The boat. I think we should give away something.
We'll definitely,
Yeah, if we do that.
Yeah, without doubt. Cool footage like that. Anything that's cool like that.
Yeah.
We'd look to give something available to somebody that is making the time to send stuff in like that for us.
Yeah, definitely. DJ Scoot says, any plans for making your own rigs, like editing lengths and position of weights and putty? We've talked about it. We're not sure how we'd implement it. I mean,
it'd be super cool though, wouldn't it?
It would be super cool, but equally the kind of thing is, where do you stop? How far down do you drill in customizable options? At the moment, we tell you what rig you're using, what size hook you're using, and we just tell you it's going to be presented properly. But yeah, we can look at increasing the customization even further. Absolutely. Look at you.
It's a nice bass, and that was a change
of
rig.
Well, I like your sunglasses as well.
I know, they're cool, aren't
they? Look at that.
£8 smallmouth. That's a big smallmouth.
You're just getting bigger and bigger. I think that has confirmed the win in this tournament.
I think it has.
With 10 seconds to go.
Well, there you go.
Good skills.
Thank you.
Well done. So on the radar, could they move that box in the upper left to the lower left? It's enormous and hides the corner. Just a suggestion. We could
take it on board.
Yeah, I mean, in the bottom left at the moment, we have the when you're fishing, we've got the drag and everything already, haven't we? And the UI for that. So that's the reason why it's in the top left. I sometimes wonder if, when you're going along on the boat, if that actually needs to be bigger.
Yeah,
but some people may feel it doesn't need to be. So
if you ask 100 people, 50 people would want it bigger and 50 people would want it smaller. So it's a tricky one.
Is it possible you can remove the HUD and icons without removing the drag number? By the way, thank you guys.
Big Phil.
Phil Locken there, coming in 5th place at the moment. Yeah. Hello Phil, if you're there. Yep, you're in.
One of our
you're in. Yep.
One of our top players.
You can remove the HUD. If you go to settings, you can have partial HUD, and you can play like a pro if you like and remove all the HUD altogether. Removing partial HUD, I'm not sure if that's going to do what you want it to do. Have a look and let us know. If we need to do more HUD options, then we can look into that for you, absolutely. Let's see what else we've got here. Jordan Monosso has come in with a few issues he's having. Jordan, please send a ticket to kayako.dovetailgames.com. We'll look into that for you. It seems like an isolated incident. Not sure why it's happening.
Which is that?
Let us know. He's coming in here. There's a couple of different issues he's experiencing, struggling to get the game to load. So we'll look into that for you.
Definitely.
No problem.
Believe you me.
The Only Cobra 62 says, do you have a favourite species of fish you like to catch in game? What's your favourite? As a carp angler in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, I love catching fish really, in all together. But I must admit,
That's a cop out.
no, I'm going to answer. I must admit, I do like catching the bass now that I catch carp in real life. Sometimes, yeah, not as often as I like, but I like the fast pace of the bass fishing.
Yep.
I think if bass fishing was an English UK sport, we'd probably be bass fishermen as well as being carp anglers, wouldn't we? Not 100% sure we'd own 80-gram boats each.
No, I'm not sure.
But I do like catching. Some of the muskie are quite nice because they're big and put up a fight.
I like the humble yellow perch.
Do you?
Yes.
Love it.
And the roach.
That's a quality answer.
There you go. Someone's got it's not all about the big fish.
It's not all about the big fish, but that's not what you said. That's not what you changed your tune.
I'm talking about in the game. I'm not talking about real world.
Good.
Real world, I'm a specimen hunter.
Specimen hunter. Wow. No wonder. Classic. Right. Let's catch some carp.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the
So
next
James Clark says, better let the lure sink all the way or halfway as bass. I find hard to catch. James, the best thing to do is buy the lure you're using. So when you select your lure, read the description for the lure and it will tell you what it's best to do, whether it should sink, whether it floats, the best retrieval method. If you're matching the hatch, there's a
Matching the hatch. That's a
carp
carp. That's a
phrase.
carp term.
If you are doing what the lure is designed to do, then you'll have the best chance possible of catching the bass. So that's my best tip.
I think you also need to pay attention to your fish finder, because it does tell you, on your fish
What depth
finder,
they're at.
if the fish are at the top of the fish finder, then maybe use a topwater lure. If the fish are at the bottom of the little box where the fish underneath your boat, then they're sort of trawling around on the bottom. So to try and find a lure that sinks, but then as you're reeling it in, increase the speed, pop it up a little bit, let it sink, and then it will tell you if you catch one mid-water, then maybe flop over to a mid-water lure.
Big Bug has just called out something that we haven't mentioned too much of, which we should show people.
What's
I
that?
need you to claim a peg.
Claim a peg.
Yeah.
We have news.
Go.
We've been able to download Raspberry and Gilliams.
On Xbox.
Yes.
So there you go. Anyone
There
on
we go.
Xbox, you should now be able to get into the Giant Carp Pack.
The press.
Look at that.
Right, there, look, claim a peg.
If you've
Go on then, claim
You
your
see
peg.
the icon, the yellow, the green icon, claim a peg, hold down A,
Now I need you to do something.
and it puts 3 rods up.
Rod, go to rod selection for me,
Rod selection,
and go to the throwing stick.
the throwing stick.
We now have a throwing stick in the game
for
as
all
well,
you
which
carp
Big Bug
anglers.
has just mentioned. So you
Yeah.
can now, as well as spod, you can throw your
Yeah, single
baits
boilies.
out. Yeah.
They can just do, and it flops out.
Watch for the splash in the distance.
There
it
we
is.
go.
Yay.
Single boilie.
There you go.
Love it.
So
anyone that's bought the Carp Pack, go into the store and search for Raspberry and Gilliams in the bar and go on their store pages to install it.
Yeah. Hot off the press, that is, ladies and gentlemen.
there you go. You are now able to play it. Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, we're posting that.
Don't stay too long, otherwise you will never leave.
I know. Everybody's going to miss you now, though, Stephen.
Yeah.
There we go. We said it was going to be soon. We apologise for it taking as long as it has, but I think that we certainly wouldn't have wanted that. But when you're trying to release a game globally
Yeah.
on 3 platforms,
And we're in
Yeah.
we're in the hands of our
we are in the hands of our partners. We want it out as quickly
Yeah.
as you guys do. Believe you me. So yeah, it is out. and downloadable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if anybody out there has been waiting and can go and do it and can let us know that it's downloading, I think we'd appreciate that as well, wouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I need to change to.
You need to get a carp set
I need to get
up,
my carp set up. I'm wasting my tournament here.
Yeah. So a couple of things that James Clark's asked. He just saw a loading screen with lots of different icons for fish. Basically, James, when you catch a fish now, you can go in the career mode. You can go to the catch report, and it has a little icon next to the fish to show what species it is. So each little icon that you saw on that loading screen relates to a different species of fish, just as a piece of information for you while you're playing the game, so you know what fish you've caught. It will make sense when you're playing career mode and you see it. I know it doesn't sound very clear, but it will make sense, trust me. And he also said, we're following on about waiting for the lure to sink. I had to wait for it to drop 53 foot. It took ages. Yeah, we need to speed up how some lures sink, the speed that they sink at, but equally, 53 foot is very deep. So
if it's not a weighted lure, it's going to sort of flutter down, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You get fish taking it on the drop. So
so the only Cobra, I purchased a carp packing game earlier. Xbox game issue now sorted? ? Stephen's just come in.
Yes.
Yep. According to Stephen,
it
is all sorted, so you can now play the Giant Carp Pack on Xbox.
If you could tell us, that'd be great.
We know that it was already working on Steam and PlayStation, because we've already seen some people posting photos. But you can now play it on Xbox as well.
Nice.
Will you add an Amazon venue? We are very interested in going to the Amazon, absolutely. We've done Gillams, we've gone to Thailand now, we've gone outside of Europe and North America with Gillams in Thailand. I think it would make perfect sense to go to South America as well.
Research trip? It's a tough life.
Maybe not. I'll probably get eaten by something.
You probably would.
And I don't like snakes and spiders.
No, you'd fall in and somebody would eat you.
Yeah. So again, plenty of love coming in. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're glad you're all enjoying it. All we'd ask is that you make sure you tell all your friends about it and get them all playing as well. The live tournaments should have a whole new dimension to them now, with lots of people playing them.
Absolutely.
Earning Angler of the Month really will be an achievement if everyone jumps in there. So.
It's something we're going to be doing a bit more of, I think, as well. I think we should play more often and be out in these tournaments and give the community the opportunity to beat us. Really.
Yeah,
we could happen.
We should look at hosting multiplayer. Invite people to fish against us on these streams in multiplayer. Like we could do competitions, maybe.
Yeah, I think now we're now the sort of craziness of our getting ready for launch, which has obviously taken up so much of our time over the last few months. We can look to change our setup here a little bit, get some more consoles in the mix, and some more, and have some multiplayer sessions.
Yep.
Something we've done in the past, I believe, once. But yeah, we'll have a bit more time.
You need to catch some fish here.
Well, I'm
You're
trying.
giving people a £49 head start here.
I know, but this is a lump. I can feel it.
So someone's asking about ice fishing. It's the same answer as sea fishing, to be honest. We're so focused on carp and bass at the moment. There's still so much we can do with them. Eventually you'll be able to do any kind of fishing anywhere in the world. But it's going to take us time. You hopefully can see how authentic we try to make it, how much detail we try to go to. We want to do what we've got already justice before we move on. So
absolutely, yeah.
Ice fishing, yes, more than a year away. Several years away.
Yeah. But definitely not a no, really. Is it really? I mean, it's something we'd love to do.
Yeah.
So, but everything in its order.
Yep. Can we get shots for sinking baits more quickly? Yeah, Infinity Explorer, we're looking at things like that. We're also looking at drilling down into more detail about how you're rigging your lures, like if you're going to have a Carolina rig or a Texas worm, or all things like that, and adding lead and weights so they perform more realistically as well is something we're looking at. Do we watch River Monsters? I watch most River Monsters.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
we met Jeremy Wade, didn't we?
You met Jeremy Wade at a show
earlier. Carp show.
Yep.
Top man.
Yep. Would love to see St John's again or some more from Linear. Yeah, there's no plans to bring St John's over at the moment, but there are plans to do another linear venue
Yes.
in the future.
I wonder which one.
Yeah, so tell us which one you'd like out of the ones that are left.
Yeah, indeed.
And we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah.
And K12 Outdoors, come fish us at North American Dovetail Fishing League.
We will.
If you are in the North, well, I don't even think you have to be in North America, but find them on Facebook. They're
awesome.
a really cool group. Run their own tournaments, set their own rules for tournaments, and keep a record of the league that you can compete in. So make sure you go and check those guys out for us.
Yeah, I've had a few communications with it. I believe it's Matt.
Yep.
But yes, we promised we would, and we will. Next few weeks.
Let's see what's in the pipeline for the next couple of months.
Ooh, good
Well,
question. That's
today
a good
today is all about celebrating today.
Yeah.
And in the coming weeks, when we've stopped talking about today, hopefully you'll still be loving it. We'll start dropping some hints about the coming months as well. So I'm going to leave you with that teaser. We will be answering you, and we'll give you as much feedback and be as open and honest with you as we can. We always are.
Yeah, you're gonna love it though.
But yeah,
we've got some good stuff coming.
We're really
up,
excited.
Really
Yeah, absolutely. So Big Bug would like us to do Brasenose 1.
Brasenose 1.
Okay, interesting. Or Hardwick and Smiths is another option.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Does the Pro Tour require internet to play it? You need to be connected to the internet to install it.
Yeah.
But then after that, you don't need to be connected to the internet, although you may sometimes struggle to save your progress. Is that correct? But no, you need it in the first instance, and you won't get the update if you're not connected to the internet either, if you're an existing customer. Let's see what else we got here.
Joseph Hawks.
Flex says hi from Czech Republic. Hello, thank you for joining us. It's brilliant to have people from all across Europe as well as around the world, so thank you very much for joining us. What's our plan here? Are we going to the end of this tournament and wrapping up? Is that the plan?
So what's the time? Yeah, I think so. Number 2, if that's all right. I think with everybody.
We'll go for
still
another
got some
10
stuff
minutes.
to do.
And
I
then
want to go and make sure that carp pack is actually downloaded. The Giant Carp Pack is actually downloading.
Yeah.
So we can message it across our social channels. And
Pike 500 is the biggest Siamese carp in Gillam's, 184 pounds. Does that mean that you've just caught 184 pound Siamese carp?
no, definitely not.
But no, that's
definitely
not
bigger than
the
that.
biggest Siamese carp in the game either.
No,
I am afraid.
the biggest that we know. Do they know what the biggest arapaima is? Has anybody caught an arapaima yet on Gillam's? What's the biggest one?
Wait to see
All
what
good
they
on
say.
Xbox, thank you, Brian. Lovely. It's music to my ears, that is.
Yep, brilliant. Yep, thank you, Brian. Sorry for the.
Oh yes, I've had a
Inconvenience.
560. That's one of the big ones.
That is, you are
Wow.
only about £10 off the biggest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I bet that put up a fight.
Yep.
I've got to try
Jack's saying 10 minutes to go before his update's done, so he can watch us for another
9 minutes.
9
to
minutes
it, yeah.
and then jump straight on it.
That's it.
So perfect timing that is. So what's this? Is this another lump, or are you kid gloves, or?
No, I'm going to boot it up a little bit.
Ooh.
I think it took a little bit of line to start with, but I don't think I'm going to win this one unless I can catch another one. But I've got a little bit of time left. If this is 20 plus,
Let's see how we go.
give it a bit more beans.
You've definitely got 2 caps on.
I have on this one, haven't I? Well, maybe it's cold.
Maybe we need to speak to Des about that.
Yeah, we'll have a word with Des. We'll have to start calling him 2-cap Des.
Yeah, instead of no cocoa.
Yeah, indeed.
So
No phone Des.
yeah, yeah. Next time Des is on there, ask him about his phone in America.
Yeah.
Just give him a little bit of stick for us.
Or lack of.
He can explain all to you.
Yeah,
We won't ruin the story. He'll take great pleasure, I'm sure, in telling the
He
story.
loves telling everybody.
So
Right.
while you've been playing this fish, you've dropped down. You're out the top
yeah,
30.
I'm out of top 30 now, which is annoying. But I think...
Oh, it's a bream. No, it's not.
It'd be a big bream, wouldn't it? But it took 20 yards of line.
Come on, Mark.
They will lose it, though. I mean, young Joseph Hawks.
Yep.
He's doing all right.
Big shout to Dan Hawks. It's that's his son in there, and then you've got Gareth Evans at Ridge Monkey.
His daughter.
His two daughters are second and third.
Yeah. Good shout to those boys.
So, 17-6. That's
17.
going to move. I'm going to top 20 again now, I reckon. Oh, fourth.
Well, I've got 7 minutes. Let's get this rod out.
Joint fourth, really, with Pavel there.
Yeah.
What else is...
They've crossed.
What, or is there any new gear brands in the new update? Ian, you've got nearly 100 new items of equipment in the game.
Some cool stuff.
Some from existing partners, others from CR Baits, who are new to the game. You've got Hedden and Rebel and Smivik and Abagast are all in the game now as well. You've got new apparel, or existing partner Ridge Monkey, but you've got some of their new apparel in the game. So yeah, there's nearly 100 items of equipment to get stuck into. Infinity Explorer is waiting for Norwegian cod fishing.
Wow. That's on the list.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, but you're going to be waiting for a little while, I'm afraid, on that one. Lee Truman can't see the new lakes after buying the Giant Carp Pack. Lee, if you're on Xbox,
which I assume
it's
you are,
just fixed, so try again. We've just been told by Stephen via Xbox that the issue has now been solved.
Yes, you need to go
refresh
to
everything.
Yeah, you need to go to the game page, the store pages for Gilliams and Raysbury on the Xbox store, and then activate the download, and it will download the games for you. It will download each of the individual lakes for you.
So there you go.
Unfortunately, it's not an automatic download. So, yeah, come out of your Xbox, come out of the game, go into the store, search for the two lakes, Gilliams and Raysbury, and download them individually, and then they will download into the game. Reboot the game, and off you go.
This fish has got every chance of putting you in the lead.
It could, couldn't it? I need £10. Oh no, and £8.
Don't muck this up.
I don't want to beat Gareth's daughter.
Yeah, you're mean.
Yeah, she might cry. I think I'm winning.
Tension.
Yeah, no, this
Tension.
is exciting, isn't it?
5 minutes to go as well.
Yeah, I know.
Making your move with 5 minutes to
Yeah.
go. Have you gone too soon though?
Possibly, yeah. Because I don't think I'll get another fish in afterwards, so we'll see. If you think this is exciting and amateur, you wait till you get to elite and you're battling some of the best anglers in the world. Yeah, they'll put you under pressure.
Come on, Mark.
Try.
Oh, it's a koi.
Oh, that's a pretty one, isn't it?
Oh, the koi don't count.
Don't they? Yeah,
I think they do. Yeah.
They do. It's with the icon.
Come on then.
Let's try and get her in. Come on. It's a pretty fish.
It's a pretty fish that doesn't like the look of you.
Have you caught a koi?
Have I ever, what, in real life?
Yeah.
I've caught a few ghosts, and they're kind of a koi, aren't they?
Yeah,
But I've never caught a
I've
real
had a couple of
prize
small.
tag.
I've had a couple of small ones, but not like 10, 12 pound, but not this sort of size. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Not pretty.
Oh, you've done it.
I have. What is that?
Oh, nice.
It's a pretty fish.
14.8. That's put you in the lead.
It has put me in the lead.
So, could you
I've got a bite.
could you press start for me and go to catch summary? So we were talking about these icons. So there you can see the green icons there means they're all a type of carp. So that load screen that you saw earlier on, James, that's what you'll see on there. They're for carp, they're green, and also the ticks there show that those fish count in this tournament. They're applicable and so have been added to his total weight, total score. And the crown there means that that's his biggest fish of that species he's caught. So it's like a PB.
Yeah,
It's a PB for that species. So that just helps you out with some of the new icons in there. You've got 3.5 minutes to land the fish on rod number 1. If you don't, you could get overtaken.
Yeah.
And it's gone. Oh, it's come. No,
No, it's not.
Oh, it's still on
It's
there.
still on there.
Okay.
It's all good.
I'm gonna upset you now.
What is
I
it?
need to. Our thingy. There we go.
Thanks,
Sorry.
buddy, that's all right.
Sorry, people. The timeline on the chat had frozen, so I needed to click on it to get it going again, so
Go
we could
on,
answer
Dean.
questions. So
Well done, Dean. That's quality. I'm glad you're loving it, mate. That's
Yeah,
exactly what we
there you go.
wanted. You know, and if it's your first tour event, then you're only in amateur, which is just awesome because you've got so much more. Oh my goodness.
one thing we haven't covered that would be pretty cool for people is you can now float fish from the docks for the panfish on the US lakes. So you can use chopped worm and baits like that to catch your crappie and bluegill. So that's another little feature we've put in for the US lakes. Big Timer Jay has joined us. Hello, Big Timer Jay. Thank you for joining
buddy.
us. What's this thing with the Marshall fish? Is there a comp on? Yes, there is. So Marshall is the biggest bass in the game. We're not telling you any more than that. The first person that can put a screenshot on our social media of catching Marshall
It's not going to be easy.
is going to win a prize. What's the prize? We'll send you some signed Scott Martin stuff,
Yeah, a
and we'll see what
t-shirt.
else we can put together for you.
Cap.
Can't find Gillam's Lake in the game, but have all the others. Need your help, says the only Cobra. It is an additional purchase. So have you actually purchased it? It's not in the core game. You need to go and buy
It's
the
part of the
Giant
Giant
Carp
Carp
Pack.
Pack.
So that's how you get hold of that game.
Depending on what console you're on, let us know.
So yes. So here we go. So we are in the last minute and a half of this tournament. Mark is about to confirm another win in the amateur
Two
mode.
straight wins.
And the fish says
A
it's
little bit
ready,
too
but it's
far
still
out. It's a little
taking
bit
line from you.
A
So
little bit too
bring it
far
in.
out to net.
It's another koi as well.
It is.
Found the kois.
Ooh, doesn't want to come in there. Here it is. And that's for the win.
So that
Again, another pretty fish,
I
don't
think
you?
that'll do. I think that'll do it for you.
Yeah. I didn't see how big that was. Let's have a look.
Oh yes, so yes, you can go if you missed it. You can go back and you can.
It was
check.
bigger. It's 20.
There you go,
Another
20.
PB.
So there you go. So the crown
Not gonna
symbol is
pop up.
updated
Yeah.
because it's your new biggest. So you've absolutely
So
smashed
we'll leave it
this.
there.
So yeah,
Ladies and
so we'll
gentlemen.
let this play out. While it plays out, we're super excited that the update's out.
Absolutely, it's been a long time coming for us, and yeah, we're really pleased. And you know, from the reactions we're getting from you guys, yeah, you're loving it, and yeah, we love it. You know, and like I said, it's a live service, and
Yeah.
more to come as always.
Yeah. So obviously, I remember sitting here in March, April, and we're like, we're going to have some real big news
Yeah.
coming for you. We
And now
hope
we're done.
you like it. Hope you do like it. But as ever,
Thanks, Ruth.
we don't stand still. The first update after this update, if that makes sense, the first update for the Pro Tour, we're looking to do by the end of August,
Yeah.
early September, where we'll be addressing any issues that are found over the next few days.
Yeah.
Like the guy wearing two caps.
Yeah. So like,
And yeah, we'll just keep on improving and expanding. So one thing we will just say very quickly, go and jump in the game, explore it, see everything that's new. Giant Carp Pack is available now as well. If you're an Xbox One player, there is a slight issue on Xbox's side in the publishing of it. It's all sorted now. You can play the Giant Carp Pack. You need to go back into the store pages and download the lakes from the applicable store pages.
that's right.
Otherwise, it won't recognise the content in the game. That's the way to download it.
Any issues? I'm sure as we speak, Stephen is preparing posts for our social media channels, certainly Facebook,
Yeah.
to explain to everybody exactly what they need to do.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a pretty simple process. It's just going to the store pages, clicking install, download, reboot the game, and you'll be there. But obviously, any issues, we're active on our social media. We'll be watching tonight and tomorrow, and we'll respond to people as quickly as we can,
Absolutely.
very quickly.
So hope you enjoy it, guys. We're really excited about it. Let us know how you get on, what you're loving, what you feel we can work on. Like we always say, sometimes negative feedback can be even more important than the positive. We love the positive, but we want to improve it as well. Just please make any negative feedback as constructive and precise as possible so that we can act upon it.
Craig, sorry, just before we finish, Craig says he's just got the Giant Carp Pack on Xbox. Does that mean you've downloaded it, Craig, and it's all okay, or you just bought it?
Yeah, we're just giving you the instructions on what to do. So if you've bought it and you can't see it, then go back into the store pages on Xbox One and download it from there. It'll recognise that you've purchased it. And yeah, good luck, guys. Really hope you enjoy it. Let's see who can be the first one to catch Marshall.
Yeah.
And let's start seeing your sponsored tournament jerseys on our social media.
Absolutely. And we're streaming again Tuesday, I believe. I believe it's
back on again
Des
next
and
Tuesday.
Stephen next Tuesday. So between sort of 4 and half 5.
Around that time?
Yeah, around that time. So yeah, if you want to see some more gameplay from us and the continuation of this career, check us out on Tuesday.
Nice one.
Have a lovely evening, people.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.